Despicable Me introduced the world to a charming supervillain in Gru and an equally memorable antagonist, Vector. Played by Jason Segel, Vector quickly became a fan favorite for his nerdy brilliance and unpredictable behavior. However, after his defeat at the end of the first Despicable Me film, his fate was left unresolved, with no mention of him in the sequels or spin-offs, until recently. Vector's rise and fall in Despicable Me. Vector made a splash as Gru's primary competition in the original 2010 movie. Introduced as the son of the Bank of Evil's president, Vector uses his family's wealth to fund his supervillain career, including his infamous piranha gun and other gadgets. Though he initially seems outmatched by Gru, Vector proves to be a formidable villain, beating Gru to the punch in stealing the moon. However, his victory is short-lived, as Gru ultimately thwarts Vector, leaving him stranded on the moon in the film's comedic conclusion. For years, fans were left wondering what became of Vector after this defeat. Despite the success of the Despicable Me franchise, which has since expanded to include sequels and Minions spin-offs, Vector remained absent from the storyline. Fans began to question if the orange jumpsuit-clad villain would ever return or if his fate was sealed on the moon forever. Mooned, 2023 Vector's return. After years of speculation, fans finally got an answer with the release of Mooned, a short film attached to the 2023 Illumination film Migration. In Mooned, Vector's fate is explored in a humorous fashion, picking up with him still stranded on the moon. The short depicts Vector's numerous failed attempts to escape his lunar prison, along with his stranded minion companions. Although it was more of a comedic update than a plot development, fans were thrilled to see Vector again and to hear Jason Segel reprise the role. However, the short ends with Vector being launched further away from Earth, landing him on Mars in just his underwear, leaving fans wondering if he's now farther from returning to the main Despicable Me narrative. Will Vector return to Despicable Me? Despite his cameo in Mooned, Vector did not play a significant role in Despicable Me 4, where Will Ferrell's new villain, Maxime Lamal, took center stage. Still, fans continue to speculate about Vector's potential comeback. His brief appearances have left them hungry for a more significant return, perhaps as a revenge-driven villain seeking payback against Gru. This premise could offer a full-circle moment for the franchise, allowing Gru to reflect on his journey from villain to hero. While it remains uncertain whether Vector will make a larger comeback in future films, many fans believe he still holds the title of the best antagonist in the Despicable Me universe. His combination of humor, intelligence, and quirky villainy set him apart from other villains introduced in later films, making him an unforgettable part of the franchise's legacy. Vector's legacy. Since his debut in 2010, no other villain in the Despicable Me series has quite matched the impact of Vector. While characters like El Macho, Balthazar Brat, and Maxime Lamal have brought new layers of humor and conflict to the franchise, Vector remains the original, and for many, the best, foe Gru ever faced. Whether or not he returns for another round with Gru, Vector's place in Despicable Me history is secure, and fans can continue to enjoy his antics in the classic first film and the Moon short. For now, Vector's fate remains up in the air, or, more accurately, on Mars, but his legacy as one of Despicable Me's most memorable villains is firmly grounded.